Hello and welcome to News9. I am Nishchita, and first up, it's high drama outside the office of Uttar Pradesh Chief Minister Akhilesh Yadav in Lucknow. Water cannons are being used on hundreds of workers of the BJP who are protesting over the increasing instances of crime against women in the state. In the last 2 weeks, 3 instances of rape have been reported from the state, including the gruesome incident in Badam where 2 teenagers were gang raped and found hanging from a tree. My colleague Nolan joins us with all the latest updates. Well, Nolan, what more can you tell us?
Well, in fact, Nishita, the BJP has stepped up its attack on the ruling Samajwadi Party this morning by holding a Gherav outside the Chief Minister's office, and that's what you can see over there. Now, the police are actually using water cannons. They're trying to push them back. Now, this has actually turned ugly, and the scenes are just pathetic, if you could call it. But the question over here is raising questions over the role of police in the gang rape and murder of 2 sisters in this particular village, and also the rape cases in Azamgarh and Ethawa. The BJP has now demanded that FIRs should be lodged against police officers right from the Inspector General to outpost in charge.
Right, and also we understand that they have used water cannons to disperse the crowd. So has the tension been quelled? Has the crowd been dispersed, or do we still see tense moments outside?
Well, it's still going on, absolute tense moments. You can clearly see from the visuals over there, water cannons. The police had no other option but to use water cannons. The BJP had decided to take their protest right in front of the Chief Minister's office, and they did inform the police that they are going to get out there, basically the Chief Minister's office. They are going to come there. So the police were ready in the first place. Barricades were placed. Now, the police had to use water cannons. That is only when the BJP leaders and the workers over there moved past the barricades. They had no option but to use water cannons. And that is what you can clearly see over there. The tension is actually very... it's there. It's in the air. And we are told that the police have also used lathis in order to push back the BJP workers.
Right, and also, Nolan, considering that it is high time now that the entire incident has gotten international attention, with the UN also condemning the act, it's high time that the Chief Minister comes out and at least makes a few assurances that strict action will be taken against the accused. But we see the UP Chief Minister remaining fairly mum on the entire matter, except for blaming the centre in one instance.
Very true. In fact, the United Nations came out with a statement. Now, they have called it as horrendous. Now, this is coming from not a normal person, but from the spokesperson of United Nations General Secretary. In fact, they've said it's appalling what has actually happened over here. And they've come out with another point saying that every girl and woman should be able to live safely, feel protected, and grow up free of violence. Now, this is the UN Women's Representative in India, Rebecca Tavares, has stated, and they also talk about this particular incident. So it's actually basically a huge blot on India that you need the United Nations to actually comment. The United Nations all this while has actually stayed away from commenting on whatever is happening in India, but this is the first time where they've actually come out and made such a strong comment. Now, Nishita, apart from that, to create more havoc, Union Minister Ramvilas Paswan also visited this particular district in Uttar Pradesh to meet the family members of 2 girls. And again, we must remember that he's the latest in the line of political heavyweights. So apart from what's happening there in Uttar Pradesh, various political parties are also jumping into this in order to, well, grab their pound of flesh.
Right, absolutely, and we saw the kind of uproar that the country witnessed after the Delhi gang rape, and now with this latest gang rape and numerous other instances being reported from Mumbai, from West Bengal, as well as Anekal in Karnataka, one really needs to introspect and see if these stringent laws are helping prevent such acts in any way and what needs to be done.
Nisha, that's very simple. A former IPS officer right here in the city had written once. He said that it's not that we do not have laws, we have laws. It's not, but having laws is not the point. When the threat that if you do something you will be punished is not there, then come what may, even you can have the strongest of laws, it will really not help. But unless that comes in, that if you do something you will be punished. That is what most of the experts have been asking for. So just by coming out with strong laws, we have clearly seen here it's not helped in Karnataka, in various other places. Now in UP, and it's not the first time where a rape case has come to light. There have been numerous cases. Many of them have actually not come out in the open. Now this particular issue has actually come out in the open. Politicians have decided to jump into it. Now they're only making it's all lip service over here by politicians, because if they're really bothered, then things would have changed. Nothing much is happening.
Right, absolutely. Nolan, we'll come back to you for more details. In fact, these are the scenes being witnessed right outside the UP Chief Minister's office. We can see hundreds of people thronging and protesting against the lack of action and the lack of interest in the case displayed by the UP government. Police officials and security personnel desperately trying to move away the protesters, even resorted to spraying water cannons in order to move away these protesters. But despite that, the crowd remains undeterred, and the Galata is still going on even as we speak. Well, this comes in the backdrop of the United Nations strongly condemning the rape and murder of two Dalit girls in Uttar Pradesh, calling it a horrendous crime, and stressed that the citizens should be produced before law. The rape and death of the two girls who were hanged from a tree is a horrendous crime. There are some incidents, words are difficult to choose. It was clearly a horrendous incident, and this was the quote that was sent across by Stephanie Dujarric, the US Secretary General, Ban Ki-moon's spokesperson. Dujarric added, and I quote, "Every man, every woman deserves to be protected by the law," unquote. Well, in fact, these are the horrific scenes being witnessed right outside the Akhilesh Yadav office, and this comes in the backdrop of the twin gang rape and murder case that hit Badam village. Two cousin sisters were brutally raped, abducted, raped and murdered, and then their bodies were hanged to a tree. When the family members demanded justice, they were assaulted. One of the accused even happens to be a cop. Well, Nolan, now coming back to you, we understand that the UN has released an official statement saying that it has condemned this act, and it has termed it as horrendous. Certainly something that India needs to look into at the moment, as all these cases are gaining international attention and could do a great deal of damage to India's image on an international platform.
Very true. We are trying to showcase India as incredible India. We are trying, that is the term that's used by the tourism department. We want to bring in tourists over here, because once tourists come over here, precious foreign exchange is what the country gets. Now, when such incidents take place, now we must remember, you also spoke about what happened in Delhi. Immediately after that, statistics showed that the number of foreign tourists, especially women, dropped. Now, later on, it started to increase again, but with such incidents again taking place, and the United Nations stepping in fact, they have termed the incident, like you stated, a horrendous crime. Now, I just want to read out one particular point that they made there. Now, Stephanie Dujarric, she's the UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon's spokesperson. She says this, and I quote her, "The rape and death of the two girls who were hanged from a tree is a horrendous crime. There are some incidents where words are difficult to choose. It was clearly a horrendous incident." She doesn't stop there. She actually goes on to state that the country needs to look into this very, very closely. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, the United Nations does not butt inside basically what's happening into our country. But over here, this is the first time in so many years we have actually heard the United Nations coming out quite in the open and making a statement such as this.
Right, thank you for joining us with all those details there, Nolan. Well, there we have it. UN too coming out and condemning the horrific twin gang rape case that emerged from Uttar Pradesh. Although we saw tall leaders like Rahul Gandhi and Mayawati come in and offer condolences, that too has sparked off rage amongst the locals, who have gone on to demand action against the accused. Even as the family members demanded action, they were assaulted. One of the accused happens to be a cop. Another accused, who is still on the run, is the sarpanch of the village. And well, moving on to some other news now. Dr. Ravindranath heads to CID office a day after he skipped the CID interrogation session. Ravindranath has said that he is being called to the office with regards to the atrocities case that he had filed against the Commissioner Oratkar for allegedly treating him as an untouchable. Dr. Ravindranath alleged that he was not questioned with regards to the coffee shop incident by the CID. Dr. Ravindranath has said that he will approach the High Court if the CID does not record his statements on the matter. Well, let's not forget that there have been a series of statements issued by the tainted ADGP. First, he claimed that he is more than willing to give out his statement and is in fact keen on getting his statement recorded. Soon after which the CID had summoned him yesterday, but he failed to turn up, and he said that he was tired because of the previous day's Padayatra, and that when he went to the CID's office, they did not record his statement, and he was very distressed with the CID summons that said that he was supposed to appear before them by the afternoon. And today, the ADGP appeared before the CID again and said that they are only demanding his statement regarding his complaint against Oratkar, but are not recording his statement in connection to the obscene pictures incident.
ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಫಿರ್ಯಾದುದಾರರಾಗಿ ಔರಾದ್ಕರ್ ಅವರ ವಿರುದ್ಧ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿರುವ ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಫಿರ್ಯಾದು ಏನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕ ಹೇಳಿಕೆ ಕೊಡಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಸಪ್ಲಿಮೆಂಟರಿ ಇನ್ಫಾರ್ಮೇಶನ್ ನಾನೇನು ಕಂಪ್ಲೇಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೀನಿ FIR ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರಕ ಮಾಹಿತಿಯನ್ನು ಕೊಡಲು ನಾನು CID ಕಚೇರಿಗೆ ತೆರಳುತ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಥ್ಯಾಂಕ್ ಯು.